All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue with our Quebec City Ace Nordiques heading into Year 6, and I would like to get some of Year 6 simulating done, but no promises because we still have some additions to our roster that we have to take care of in this video. Last year we got kicked out in the first round, and we missed out on that President's Trophy, so, this year I want to make sure that I cover all my bases, take my time this time, and make sure to give my team the best chance that they can possibly have to bring home some hardware this year. Now, when I was thinking about what we need in the last video, let me just get you guys caught up a little bit. As for our team and roster spots, we only need one top 6 defenseman and a fourth line center, somebody who can kill off some penalties and win some faceoffs. Goaltender, we're going to stay with Eddie Lack and Markstrom. We're going to give him one more chance. Defensively, we got Riley, Ekblad, Myers, Kulikov, good Branson, and then I could throw in Martinez, Krug, Reinhart, right? Because all these guys are still going to get the jump at the end of the year, Reinhart especially. But in the meantime, I was thinking in free agency if I could get maybe another defensive defenseman to play alongside Eric Goodbranson, another penalty killer, right? So we're looking for that. And then forwards, we got Huberdeau, Eberle, Kapitanov. Second line, you got McCallick, Mueller, and Shore. Third line, you got Matthias, Clifford, Bickle, Hayes, Hart, Kanan. That's basically the bottom 6. 5 of them, and then you need a fourth line center. Greg Campbell could be the fourth line center, but I don't want the same thing to happen like what happened to Green last year. This guy's 34 years old, so I signed him just for depth, but it's the same reason why I got rid of Kyle Brodziak. When they're 34 years old, I mean, last year, Green dropped, his defensive awareness dropped heavily, and he was 34, so I got to be careful about that. I would like to find a fourth line center that I don't have to worry about, right? But everywhere else, we seem to be okay. Now, when it comes to the free agency pool, there's not too many stud players or players that, would fill those roles absolutely perfectly. Like if we look at defense, you got Keith Ollie, who's a top 6, but 4.240. I mean, we got the cap space, but like this guy's more of a top 4 defenseman with that kind of salary. I was looking at a bunch of these players, and Justin Braun actually popped out. He's a defensive defenseman, 31 years old, so you don't have to worry about him. Poise is 75, so it's decent. Offensive awareness 82, discipline 90, which I love. And then the defensive category, 85, 85, 85. Physical category, 83, 85, 84. 70 for fighting skill, but that's okay. And strength, 85. And he's actually a pretty good skater as well. Look at that skating. And if you compare him to, like, say, Keith Ollie's discipline is down there at 68, right? So, I mean, he's got a pretty similar defensive category, but he's nowhere near the skater, nowhere near the offensive threat. And Braun is wanting less money. Alexei Emlin, same thing, but discipline 65. He is a little bit less in the defensive category, but an amazing body checker and a pretty good skater, but he doesn't have the offensive category either. Braun, this guy kind of has like a pretty decent offensive category with really good discipline, decent poise, good defensive awareness, decent physical category, and a really good skater. That's what I want for the third line to play alongside of Goodbranson, okay? Orlov, we had him before, but I don't need any more offensive defensemen. I'm not even going to sign him just in case. We already have Torrey Krug down there. So I'm just going to sign Justin Braun to a 1-year deal. All right, yeah, he wants 4 because it's a free agent. I want to make sure that I get him, so 4.5 for 1 year. We can definitely afford it. Just want to make sure I get him on my team. All right, and then centers. We need a fourth line center. Tyler Johnson, this guy's more of a second liner. Brodziak, yeah, I could sign him again, but he's 34, right? So he could drop at this year. He could definitely drop. So I wanted to find somebody a little bit younger, and Dana Terrell fits into that category perfectly. Third line center, 81 overall, 29 years old, and his defensive category 84, 85, 84. Discipline is an 84. He's actually not bad offensively, which will be pretty good for the fourth line. Offensive awareness 83, and his body checking category is not bad, and he's a good skater. So this guy, and his faceoffs is 69. So it's not the greatest, but it's not horrible. I checked out all the I didn't want to waste your guys' time, right? But I'll just show you quickly. Face-off skill, right? Hang on. Some guys up here, but it's the guys who I've already released because of the age. Kelly, who's 76 now. Peverly, 76. Right? These guys have lost their defensive awareness. That's why I didn't want to sign them. So that's why I'm deciding to go with Terrell. All right? He's decent face-offs, and he's got some... he's just like a good overall player. So I'm going to sign him. The same thing. 1 year, 3.5 should get him. Okay, and that's going to take care of everything else. Now, I also don't want to make any trades until the beginning of the season because we're still waiting to see which players get better. Anthony Mantha might have a spot on our team this year, and that would give us too many forwards. So we're going to have to wait and see. But hang on, I can also get some of these goaltenders. Yeah, I'll sign this Tebow guy. He's 25 years old. He might get a good jump here. Two-way, can I go above? No. All right, so just two-way, there you go. We got Tebow signed now, and then all skaters. Let's see if there's anybody. Orlov, can't sign him. Murphy, 25. Yeah, these guys, I mean, none of these guys are getting any better. Maybe this Murphy and Pisk guy. Let's see, can I get him for a one-way or a two-way deal? No, I can't. I don't want to give him a contract. We'll give Connor Murphy a contract just in case. We'll see what he turns out to be. All right, there you go, two-way. Okay, so that should take care of all that. Now we can simulate to the beginning of year 6. Again, I'd like to get some simulating done in this video, but I'm not going to say any promises because if I feel the need for a trade, I will make a trade this year before the regular season starts. I just want to get to the beginning of the regular season so I can see which players get better. So we got Braun, we got Terrell, we got Murphy, and we got Tebow. So we got everyone that we need. We have $14 million of cap space available, and we have 41 players under contract. Kronwall for Henriksen. No. Henriksen's going nowhere. Even though Kronwall would be a top 2 defenseman, he's probably like, 36 or 37 by now, so decline trade. I'm not trading away any of our rookies. I know what you guys have already been thinking. I've been reading your comments. $14 million of cap space. All right, we got so much cap space. We should use that for like a superstar goalie or a superstar forward. The only thing is, we're still a young team, and in the next year, 2, 3 years, we got to sign guys like Morgan Riley, Ekblad, Kapitanov. All right, Eberle, I don't think it will want more. Huberdeau, though, will probably want more. We got a lot of contracts coming up in the next few years, so that's why I can't really go out there and get that stud. No, decline that trade. All right, so let's just get this simulating done. Let me blow my nose as well. All right, so Henriksen for Camilleri. No, decline that trade again, and I'll go for a drink this time. I just didn't want to stop the simulation. So, Pominville, yeah, I guess my trading block really wants to get rid of Henriksen right now. I guess we don't need him. But we do need him. That's the thing. I want to use that guy for the future. We have a lot of third and fourth liners who are in their mid-30s, so it's perfect. It's a perfect switchover. Anthony Mantha, note, decline trade. Yeah, man, my trading block is going crazy right now. Jesus. All right, so what was I going to say? Yeah, we need to set goals for this year. I think the only thing that we should be worried about is, first in the Eastern Conference and, a Stanley Cup appearance. I'd like to win that President's Trophy, but that is a tall order, right? The regular season, a lot can happen. But first in the Eastern Conference, I mean, we can handle that. We can definitely beat all the teams in the East. Decline trade. The thing is, if we play as good as we did last year at the end of the trade deadline when I made the line changes and the year before that, decline trade. And I got to go back and actually, copy the lines exactly as I did last year. Jesus, there's a lot of trades. Yeah, I just don't want to go. If there's one more trade, I might just go and edit my trading block just to make sure it goes a little bit quicker. There's a lot of things on the block. Yeah, okay, you know what? Decline trade. Stop the simulation. Let's just get this sorted out. Would a Green go back up to 81? Look at that on the free agents. Green, he's back up to an 81. Hang on, I got to see that. Let's see here. Yeah, he's back up to an 81. He rose back up. Now his defensive awareness is back up to 83. Fuck you, Green, you son of a bitch. Where was that last year? What a bastard. He's getting better. All right, let me just go to trading block. Delete all these. Or maybe it was just his bad play that he started to go down. Who knows? Get rid of all these off. And get rid of all those. Yeah, Anthony Mantha and Henriksen were both on the trading block. What are you doing, assistant GM? Are you crazy? I know we got to win the cup this year, and maybe prospects would be the right thing to move away to get some veterans, but we're still a young team in my opinion. Jonathan Huberdeau's the captain. You can gauge our team age based on Jonathan Huberdeau, basically, right? Our second line is a bit old, but those guys could be replaced by, other second liners. We could trade them. That's not a problem. It's all about Morgan Riley, Ekblad, Kapitanov, Eberle, and Huberdeau. And then maybe one of the goaltenders, but Huberdeau really, and Kapitanov. And I really want to see if Ekblad and Riley jump. Because even though they're Red Star, they're 87 overall. And, I mean, if they just get to 88, I don't think I've ever seen an 88 overall top 4 defenseman. Usually when they make the jump to 88 overall, they are officially top 2 defensemen. So just give me one of them, because that was one of the things last year, especially in the series against Tampa, where they had Victor Hedman and we had 2 or 4 top 4 defensemen. 5 top 4 defensemen, basically, okay? So scouting assignment, I'll just continue for now. You know what? I'll take care of that before I forget. Let me just see who's available in the scout this year. You got a center playmaker. All right, 17 years old, so this guy could be a stud. Right wing two-way forward, left wing sniper, and a left wing sniper. So I mean, you have a first line right here: center playmaker, right wing two-way forward, and 2 left wing snipers. Okay, so yeah. If you had a lot of draft picks this year, you could pick up some studs and a goaltender as well. So you could get a goalie and a first line, forward line, all Canadians as well. So not bad this year. But I don't see us having any draft picks this year at all. So WHL looks like a good one for forwards. I'll go there. WHL, there you go. 6 weeks. Update scout. All right. I can also, let me just take care of all the little stuff right now. Customize. Settings, and we're going to leave automated goalie rotations on this year. Eddie Lack's going to be our man, and if we want to go to Markstrom, I will manually do that. But for the meantime, automated goalie rotations is going to be on. There you go. Assistant coach edit lines is off, and injuries is off. All this stuff up here is good. Sometimes I accidentally change the options when I go down really quick, so I just want to make sure I haven't changed anything. All right, yeah, that's all good. That's all taken care of. We got the scouting done. Now, the big question. Let's see if our players have gotten better or if they stayed the same and they got another year in the AHL. I would not doubt it. All right, I would not doubt it because what's the last age? Like 25, 26. That's when, like they have to jump. But Mantha, I think, is still like 23. So he could be like the Seth Jones from Vancouver. So Lack and Markstrom, 85 and 83. I think I should definitely run with Eddie Lack more games this year. Goaltenders. All right, that Tebow guy did not jump at all. All right, so I was banking on something. Didn't happen. Riley. All right, Myers, Kulikov. All right, all these guys down here. I think Ekblad's down in the minors right now. He's still only 87 overall, so I can't see it from this screen, but he's probably a top 4. Myers, Kapitanov. Kapitanov's a top 2, but we're using him on the wing. And Ekblad, still 87 overall, boys. So I think they're going to stay at 87, it's still good, but we just don't have that top 2 defenseman, which I hate. Right wingers, Biggs. All right, Eberle is 86. Go down here, all right. Left wingers, Mantha 75, Henriksen 67. So another year in the minors for Mantha. By next year, he should be third line ready. I mean, he's 75 overall. The next jump should be at least a 79. So he's 24 years old. He'll be ready to give us 10 years, okay? Henriksen looks like he's jumping up there as well. He's slowly but surely, but maybe another 2-3 years for Henriksen. But we're going to hold on to them, all right? Those guys are perfect for when older players like Michalek, Mueller, all those guys, Matthias, Bickle, all those guys are leaving our team in the next 3-4 years for sure. McNeil, Hurdle, Barkov, he's only at 74 still, so another year in the minors for Barkov. Huberdeau, he stayed at 89, okay. So one more year to get better for Jonathan Huberdeau. I'd love him to have a really good year this year, but we'll see. So let's do some line changes, shall we? Roster moves. Do I want to do roster moves? Yeah, we can do roster moves. I'd like to get a 1 month of simulating done in this video, but let's just see if we have the team that I want or if I should make a trade, because this is a year I want to win that cup. So Lack, Markstrom, yep. Defenseman. You got Riley, Myers. Yeah, see, they're top 4 defensemen. You see that rolls. So we got 3 top 4s. And Ekblad, and even Kapitanov. Look at that. I was wrong. An 88 overall can be a top 4 defenseman. There it is. All right. So Kapitanov, Myers, Riley, Ekblad. I mean, if you play those 4 on the point, that is a dirty defensive core. But Kapitanov's a forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's good. Yeah, and then Martinez and Krug. Braun will be good enough. He can get it done. I'm happy with Braun. It's just the 4th line center position. So Campbell. I don't want to play Campbell just in case. Hayes is staying for sure. Biggs, he's made a jump. No, I don't need Biggs. I can drop you. Hayes, yeah, that's about it now, right? And centers, McNeil. Let me just make sure all the centers I got. McNeil, I don't need you. I know he's got a good defensive awareness, but I already replaced him with, who was it? Terrell, yeah. All right, you know what? I think we have a good enough team this year. I don't think I need to make any changes. San Antonio. All right, so Huberdeau, Eberle, and, okay, we're going to have to do this right now. Hang on. Braun for Kapitanov. Okay, let me just make these changes right now. Kapitanov for Braun. There you go. You know what? I would like to get some simulating done in this video, so let me just do the line changes. I'm going to completely copy what I did for the last 2 years, okay, at the trade deadline. So I might as well skip this for you guys so we can get 1 month of simulating done. So hang on 1 second, boys. Alright, we are back. That's much better. It took actually some time to get that done, so we can definitely get some simulating done now. So I went ahead and I edited all the lines for the NHL and the AHL. It's exactly the same as it was the last 2 years at the trade deadline. Kapitanoff, Huberdeau, Eberle, McCallick, Shore, Mueller, Clifford, Matthias, Hart to Kanan, Bickle, Tyrell, and Hayes. Hayes was here last year, but the year before that he was Prust, and now it's gone from Peverley to Brodziak to Tyrell, okay? But everywhere else, especially the top 9, all the same, and Bickle the same, okay? Defensively, Morgan Riley, Ekblad, Myers, Kulikov, Braun, and good Branson now. We'll see how Braun does. But we shouldn't have to worry about him getting any worse because he's only 29 years old, or 30-something years old, whatever. Power play looks exactly the same. All right, there it is. Penalty kill. Now, here's the big one. Huberdeau, Eberle, Hart to Kanan, and Clifford. I know it looks weird, but this is what we did last year, and it paid off for us. So I'm going to do that again at the beginning of the year. We'll see what happens. And Huberdeau and Ekblad, okay? And then goaltenders, we're going to run with Eddie Lack this year. There's the shootout. And there is the AHL team. And you got Mantha with Barkov, basically on the first line for everything. Henriksen is now on the third line, so he's going to get his grinder time down there. All right. You see up here Mantha and Barkov, Barkov and Mantha, and then penalty kill, they're not playing, okay? So hopefully they get one good year in there down there, but the AHL team should be good enough. I'm looking at their players. They should be a good enough team. They got a really good defensive core. Look at all those mid-70s. And they got a mid-70 goalie, yeah, Mrazek. And Tebow as well. So the AHL team should have a good year again this year. Hopefully Barkov and Mantha get good enough that they can crack our roster just for some depth. Because when the old players, they retire, those would be nice, replacements right there. But here we go, the Year 6 simulation. I've taken care of everything. Everything except for the GM tracker. Let me just, one last thing. 190... Might as well just save it up now, yeah. Assistant coach, advice when, the assistant coach doesn't do anything. People saying that assistant coach does player growth. It doesn't. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. That was back in, NHL, 12 or NHL 11 when they had, the letter ratings for potential, like A+, B, A+. That would help it, but not now. Not with the star potential. Okay, so we've taken care of everything. Yeah, now we just got to do the season simulation. So we're going to only do 1 month of simulating. Okay, we're going to go towards the end of October, beginning of November. I know it's not a full month, but I just want to get those few games simulated and then check out the progress reports. That's the big thing I got to remember now for every year. At the end of every month, just check out the progress reports. And it's not necessarily about the players who are getting better, but you want to spot the players who are not doing good, who are playing like shit, and maybe whose defensive awareness has dropped to the mid-70s, and who should now be listed as a minor league checking forwarder or checking defenseman or whatever it is, right? I want to make sure I keep my eye on for that. But look at this, Jesus, 0-4-1 in the preseason. What the hell? I guess our team doesn't want to show up here in the preseason. There you go. Finally, you get a win. This better not be a bad omen. And I was reading your comments. You guys were saying that I haven't been able to test this out just yet. I have been able to try out some of the new updates for the GM mode, but you guys were saying that the goalie rotation problem has been fixed. So we'll see about that. I don't know if it has been fixed, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here, okay? Because if that's been fixed, then maybe the quest to the President's Trophy could really be tough. It might not be happening this year because, damn, we're going to have to face some tough teams now starting their goalies. So we're going to go up to here to the 31st, and there you go. Should only be a handful of games, maybe 7 or something like that, maybe 8. So let's see how we do. And there we go. We start off in the right way with a shutout on the road in Ottawa. That's what I'm talking about. Preseason meant nothing. Come on, St. Louis. Come on, let's get off to a good start like last year. Last year, I think we were 6-2-1, and then it was towards the middle of the year that green started to get bad, and that's when we went into the rut, and then at the trade deadline, I made the change again, and we played amazing. We had an amazing start, and we had an amazing finish. I feel like this team, with this line change that I found 2 years ago at the trade deadline, I feel like this team is good enough, okay? It's just, I got to maintain the fact that all the defensive awarenesses stay up there. That was the big thing, because Green was on the penalty kill last year, and that really hurt us. I was stupid. I did not even notice, all right? I don't want to say anything just yet, because I don't want to jinx us. I want to just see if we can keep this going. Hang on. There's an... All right. I don't need a goalie. No, decline trade. I got to edit my trading block again after this as well, I guess. Come on, boys. Keep her going. scouting assignment, so he's finished that trip to the WHL. Let's send him back to the WHL, because there was like 3 forwards in there. Let's see if there's anybody that we can snag up. Maybe. The draft is far away, and we're going to have some players that we could, like some trading assets that we have to move, basically. No, you just signed Justin Williams, didn't you? He was a UFA. Damn it, Phoenix. You signed a guy just to trade him. That sounds like me. Calgary on home ice. Come on. There you go. Oh, my jeez. Yeah, I think the simulation's taking a while because of the trading block. Whatever. We'll stick with it. It's only a few more games here. But we're playing amazing. These line changes, they are great for us right now. Come on. There. We're playing great, boys. Come on. Keep her going. Ottawa Senators now. What's going to happen here? We beat them already on the road. We got them on home ice now. Let's see. There you go. All right. So finally, the first loss of the regular season. Okay. So we're 7-1 to start the year. What did I say? I think the lineups that we have right now, I think I found something very special with these lineups that I put together 2 years ago. These lineups helped us win the Stanley Cup 2 years ago. Last year, they made us have an amazing end to the season, and then we ran up against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and again, they beat us, but 3 of those wins that they had were overtime wins, so they were all competitive games. I like this lineup that we have right now. I don't know what it is, but it is fantastic, okay? We will take a look at the progress reports just to see who's doing good. Yeah, you can see, like, Matthias has already dropped by 11. Like, all right, so slap shot accuracy and power, right? Deking, hand-eye, puck control, yep, that's all dropped. Offensive awareness is dropped. Defensive awareness, where's defensive awareness? I want to find that. Defense. All right, so his shot blocking is dropped and his stick checking is dropped. Okay, so yeah, this is something that we have to worry about going forward all the times. I want to just take a look at defensive awareness. Everything else, in my opinion, can drop. I don't mind, especially about the 3rd and 4th liners. It's defensive awareness. Clifford, he's on the penalty kill, right? Look at that. His defensive awareness is dropped by 2. All right, we can leave him on the penalty kill for now, but that's what I mean. Yeah, we do have to pay attention to this stuff. Because another month, if it drops by another 2, then it's down to 83, then I may want another person on the penalty kill. Tyrell, all right, defense, yeah, that's dropped a little bit. Kapitanov looks like he's probably gone up a little bit. Natural growth gone down, statistical growth. Okay, so yeah, he's going up in every category. Maybe he could be a penalty killer if we need him to be, but right now everything is fine. Hayes, all right, defense awareness dropped a little bit. Morgan Riley, looks like he's growing a little bit, so that's good. That's good news for him. Myers, all right, no, he's fine. Good Branson, let's see, is he? Nope, he hasn't dropped in defensive awareness. And then everyone else, okay? So, yeah, that is something that we need to pay attention to. Markstrom, he's dropped a little bit by 1, it looks like, yeah. That's not that big, stick low. It actually dropped his overall down as well. AHL, let's see if there's any, no, nothing happened in the AHL. So the NHL, that's the problem. Matthias, Hartikainen, and Clifford. I think it's because, they should be on, like, the 3rd and 2nd line, right? Well, Matthias should be on a 3rd line scoring line, but maybe he's not getting enough goals. But Hartikainen and Clifford. Oh, time on ice, that could be it as well, right? Yeah, that could be it. Let's see how much Kapitanov has got 19 minutes on ice. I don't know how it works, because Ekblad has got the same amount as Riley, and he hasn't dropped at all, or jumped at all. So I don't know how it works. But Matthias, Hartikainen, and Clifford, we got to keep an eye on those guys, okay? I'm not going to make any line changes just yet. We'll have to wait until we start to lose some games. Everything is going so well for us right now. We'll check out the I don't need to check out the team standings. It's so early in the season. We know we're going to be at the top for every category. It's very manipulative right now. You got to play another month before you can check out team standings. All we need to know is we're 7-1 right now. We're playing amazing. And as for who's producing for our team, Jonathan Huberdeau, that's more like it. All right, this needs to be an outstanding year for Jonathan Huberdeau. No excuses. Eberle, that's a great start for him. Eberle has really turned into a goal scorer, not an assist guy, okay? But he's on pace for a 40-goal season. So, Eberle, get me 40 goals. I don't care if you don't get me any assists. McCallick, 5 points. Mueller, 4 points. Shore, 3 points. So, those guys are doing good there on the second line. Matthias, Clifford, Terrell, Bickle, Hartikainen, Hayes, okay? Defensively, Kapitanov, 12 points. So that's it. Huberdeau's the passing guy. Eberle's the scorer, and Kapitanov is both, basically, okay? Myers, 6. Goodbranson, Braun, Ekblad, Riley, Kulikov. And then goaltenders, Eddie Lack. He's playing great for us. So this is what I mean about Eddie Lack during the regular season, for sure. 1.42 goals against average, 6-1-0, and a save percentage of 94.95. And Markstrom, he's played good. That's what's good about Markstrom in this role. He can come in for 1 game, 2 games, all right? Play like 20 games over the course of the year and get like a good 14, 15 wins. Okay, that's what I like about Markstrom. So right now, everything is looking good for us right now, boys. Trying to set us back on the track to win that President's Trophy, okay? Because this has to be a good bounce back year after that bad, disappointing year last year. All right, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But I think as long as we just keep an eye on those players' progression, I think we got a good team this year, and I think we should run with it. Let the players take the ball and let them run with it. All right, if you have any suggestions, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video.